Now, for more analysis on the CPC Committee resolutions, we're joined live in studio by Professor Macharia Munene, an international relations lecturer with the United States International University here in Nairobi. Welcome to Africa Live.
Thank you very much.
Now, if we look at some of the resolutions passed, one of them is a call for increased policies on farming-related subsidies. So what can Africa learn from some of the lessons put forward by the Chinese model?
Well, the issue of subsidies is critical to the production of food, ensuring that the granary is always full. And many countries, where they want to be sure that they will not go hungry or they will not be begging for food, you subsidize agriculture. And when you do that, then the farmers will be happy to produce more. And the main thing is to ensure that the country as a whole, the state, is not short of food because of maybe some small things here and there. And subsidies is one of the food security policies that a country adopts in order to ensure that there is always food for the people in the country. So this is a good thing to do, and the African countries should look at it and do the same thing.
Now, one of the other things we've seen that come out with regard to land management is we see new security policies come out, as well as rights for farmers. Does this have any resonance with Africa at all?
Yes, the issue of land tenure is a thorny one. Kenya is one place, Zimbabwe, South Africa, particularly those former colonies which were white settler colonies, where many of the Africans are still crying about land systems and the land management they use. The policies, the changes being adopted in China may be looked into, have some lessons. What can we do in order to reform the land tenure system so that more and more people feel they have a share, they own the part of the land, they own the state and the land involved in it, so that no one feels left out. And that is a very positive thing to do. And I'm sure many countries like Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Kenya are watching. And even Angola, those countries that Africans used to lose, not to have access to the land, now can be watching that to see how is it done and can we go forward in a better way.
Now, one of the other areas that the continent and China have in common is growing populations in both places. So is there a place for Africa to adopt and develop people-friendly policies that would help the continent?
Of course, it is necessary to adopt people-friendly policies, which means that you ensure that everybody is full and everyone has some work to do, which means growing the economy and looking for different ways of enabling people to produce for themselves. What we do not need is to encourage people to be lazy. They have to work in order to produce and enrich the economy, enrich the country. And if the country is enriched, it is also strengthened and therefore able to withstand external threats and other pressures. Because a country that is internally weak, whether it's in the area of food production or is in an area of social awareness and control and involvement, then it's vulnerable to external pressures and threats. So Africa can learn how to maybe become more self-sustaining as opposed to being dependent all the time. And that comes with empowering the people. So the process of empowering the people to strengthen the state and themselves is a very positive one that everybody should look into.
Now, as we've seen over the last several years, is China and Africa do have improving and good bilateral relations. Are there lessons that can be taken from Chinese policies broadly that can be applied? Is it a case of copy and paste?
No, it's not a case of copy and paste. In fact, it would be terrible if it was copy and paste. It's a question of learning the good things, the positive things. What is it that is positive in China that one may learn from and improve on it? It's not just copy, but improve on it and adjust, tailor-made, make it to suit the African conditions. The same thing with the Chinese. What is it that they can look for in Africa, pick it, not copy, but learn from it, adjust it to fit the Chinese environment. So it's a question of learning on both sides. But the most important thing is to be focused on the ultimate goal. What is the ultimate goal? And the ultimate goal is the improvement of the lifestyle of the people, the strengthening of the state, and the happiness of the people that is involved. And when that is done, then you can see that it's a very positive. It does appear that China is now in one of those 30-year cycles from the late 40s, 78, and now this time is that those cycles when they regenerate themselves. And maybe it's time also for Africa to look into, can we regenerate ourselves in a positive way?
Thank you so much for your time today. We're speaking there to Macharia Munene, a lecturer at the US International University here in Nairobi.